Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III as we are playing as King Adam I, King of England. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started in today's episode. And I know we have this war here with France going where we're trying to get the war over before Castile finishes theirs. So we got 2 sieges going right now. We're gonna be getting a third one done here soon. It looks like our ally might be doing one as well. I'll have to see what they end up doing there. But with the 3 sieges, hopefully that'll be enough so that we win, because if we don't, then remember this does result in Castile then taking over the throne of France, and so our war would be against them. So overall, we really need to try to get it done quickly. But before we continue with this war and try and get it finished up, there are a couple things we need to handle in regards to our children. So the first thing is that we are going to arrange a marriage for our daughter, Ailey. We already have a guardian for her. If you guys recall, I think we did that last episode. I did find a very good marriage here, guys, and that is for the son of the Duchess of Toulouse. I think that's how you pronounce that. Correct me if I'm wrong. The son and heir of this duchy title here. He's actually the heir to the 2 duchies that she has. And I think that's because, yeah, he doesn't have any brothers. And they're actually willing to do a matrilineal marriage. I'll show you guys why here in a second. Well, you notice changing it has no effect down here. And the reason why is because the Duchess is absolutely terrified of us. We're getting a plus 20 from that. Now, we would still, I suppose we still would get the marriage even if we didn't have that plus 20. The Duchess really likes us. As you can see, she's got a pretty good opinion of us. So that's helping. And we also have that desirable match bonus. And then, of course, because this is our heir. So, yeah, they're willing to accept this, and that's going to result in our dynasty getting control of a big chunk of southern France. So this is a fantastic marriage. Let's go and send that off. And then there's a couple other marriages that I would like to do. Now, one of them is here in the Duchy of Burgundy. You'll see that this child here is set to not only inherit Burgundy, but he's also set to inherit Bourbon, which I'm not entirely sure why he's getting that. Let's just take a look here. As that is, I'm not sure how he is related to him. But, yeah, this is his heir. So he's set to get both of these 2 titles here. So a great marriage, and they're willing to accept a matrilineal marriage. So let's go ahead and, well, we first need to pick who we're sending. We'll send Elizabeth. We'll do the matrilineal marriage. And they are related, so there is the risk of them being inbred. But yeah, willing to accept this one as well. So let's go and send that off. So they should accept both of those marriage proposals. I don't know if there's anything here we need to be aware of. Now we seem to be good. I don't see anything at this moment. So that'll result in some good alliances here. You know what, and there's one more that I wanted to do for the second son here in Verona. So this is their first son, and he is not willing to do a matrilineal marriage for son, as you'd expect. But for the second son, he's just fine with doing it. So we could arrange a marriage for Joan, matrilineal marriage, just barely willing to accept. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I looked around at other possibilities. There's also a second son here in Poland. However, he was not willing to do a matrilineal marriage for anybody but our heir, our oldest daughter. And that's for the second son. The first son, they wouldn't accept a matrilineal marriage, unfortunately. All right, so they have accepted the betrothal offer there as well. Excellent. And there we go. So all of our proposals were accepted. And so now all of our daughters are now betrothed. So the other thing we're going to do here is Elizabeth got her focus. She's going to do the education diplomacy focus. And we're going to have our wife be her educator. Now we have to do it through here since she rules her own lands. So we'll have to offer a ward, and it's going to be Elizabeth. And so yes, and we have to select her, and of course she'll accept. And the reason why we're going to do her is because she has very good diplomacy. Now her learning is pretty garbage, but I think the bonus that you get from your spouse educating one of your guys' children should make up for her low learning. But combined with that diplomacy, I think we should still have pretty good education for our daughter, Elizabeth. All right, so just continuing this conflict here. Remember, we're getting the ticking war score in addition to these sieges, which hopefully we have, what, 4 sieges going right now, all of which will be done within 4 months. Hopefully that'll be enough, guys. Where's he at right now? Still at 87%, so we're catching up. We're at 80% now with 1 siege finished. That's this one here, so let's go ahead and move to the next one. That is our character leading that army as well. Okay, so let's turn this up to speed 4. There we go, we're at 93% done with another siege. We're not gonna ransom these prisoners off yet. Let's just get these sieges done, guys. We'll go to this one, I suppose. Oh, it looks like there's actually... Would we be able to win this? We would not. Yeah, there's already a siege going. That's not good. They're about to take back one of the counties we already took. When do we get the next ones done? Pretty soon. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Looks like our acquaintance died in our prison. Okay. And there we go. So it looks like both of these happened at the same time. We just finished up a siege. And we had our son, who unfortunately is spinally. So that means he has the long and knobby limbs, just like Adam does, which, you know, gives us those negatives there. I suppose this works out, considering what I was going to name him. He's going to be named after us. He's going to be named Adam, so he'll be Adam II if he becomes king, and I suppose it's really fitting that he has the same long and knobby limbs that we do. Obviously, you know, with our first son, we named him William, and I feel like it'd just be disrespectful to name this child William as well, you know, after our grandfather. So he'll be Adam II. So may he grow strong and wise. We had the new befriend event, the dance. This is with the Duchess, who we're trying to make a friend right now. After learning that she would be attending the dance in the village, I decided that it'd be the perfect occasion to pass by to ensure I get some time face to face with her. The ball was exquisite, and she put on a fine show. Afterward, I told her how impressed I was, and we got to talking. By the time it left, it felt as though we had known each other a lifetime already. So now we're friends. Excellent. Very good news. Finish up that siege, but we're not yet at 100%. Hopefully it'll tick up soon before this one finishes. There we go. Excellent. So I did want to take a look and see how far he was. Yeah, he never actually advanced at all, still sitting at 87%. So we did really good, because I want to say that when we started this war, he was like at 70-something%. He was really close to being done. I might be wrong about the exact number. But overall, we did very good here, getting this done quickly. Now, part of that is because the French army was down here fighting and causing issues for Castile, while we didn't have to fight the French army at all. But that was also a negative for us, because one of the best ways to get war score is by doing the battles, and we didn't do any battles, so we had to rely entirely on sieges. So yeah, I'm very happy that we got that done quickly. Let's go and enforce our demands, and now we have gained a hook on the Duchess, who now owns this territory. And we'll take a look at how the map looks. Clearly, we're going to have to get control of Anjou now, which we do have a character that has a claim here. So we could get these 2 counties, which would definitely improve the look here, because it looks quite strange indeed. So with these additional counties, we need to look at the Empire decision, see how close we are to getting it. So we are 75 of 80, so we need 5 more counties. So essentially, we can get these 2 here in Scotland, but remember, this does require 2 separate wars, since the Norwegians got this county somehow, either war or inheritance. So we have to do 2 separate wars to get those counties to finish up this duchy here. We also could do the Isle of Man. That would be one possible war, or we don't have to worry about a peace treaty with Scotland. So that would be 3 titles, and then getting these 2 would be 5. So with those 5 titles, we would be able to get an empire. So one thing I want to do is go ahead and get new knights, because you guys notice our number is higher, so we have more knights that we can get. And we are already pretty low on the prowess as it is. I mean, we got knights here, prowess 5 that are fighting. So not a great knight there. So I think we should probably hire some new ones. So let's go and invite 3 knights, spend a little bit of that prestige and a little bit of that money. Also, we have a diplomacy perk available. We are going to go with the family hierarch. We've already started down this route. And, you know, this is really what Adam is in the later part of his life, what he's focusing on. He's very much focusing on his family. Now, we could go to family focus, you know, since I just said we were focusing on the family. But remember, we're also focusing on our majesty. He's towards the end of his life here. He's, you know, very much concerned about how people see him, especially, you know, he's gonna die here in who knows how many years, hopefully a long time from now. But I think he is definitely considering like how he's being viewed by, you know, everybody in the world, including foreign leaders. So I think he might do this one. It's gonna reduce our diplomacy by a bit, but that's okay. We're gonna get 1+ prestige per month. So I think that's a good change. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the groom to rule. This gives our children 1 to 3 extra skills, which should be applied immediately here. So Joan got her learning increased by 3. I don't think it's, yeah, it hasn't happened yet. So well, it has happened. It's just for whatever reason the number hasn't changed just yet. So she'll have a learning of 4 now. Elizabeth has increased her diplomacy by 2. So that should be 8. Yeah, that'd be 8. And then Ellie has increased her stewardship by 1. Okay. So it didn't get quite as large a boost as our other kids did, unfortunately. Oh, so we have a call to war here. It looks like Leon has just started a conflict. Let's just see what he's done. Oh, like his brother, he is attempting to get the Kingdom of France. This could be really good for us. And you know what, we have to help him because Castile will finish this conflict before he does. So Castile will then become the King of France. And then he'll be at war with his brother, which he has no chance of defeating. So we're definitely going to help him out here. So this will result in us going right back to war with France, for now anyway, until Castile wins. And we could always wait to join the conflict, but why take the opinion hit? Yeah, especially because it looks like we've lost the opinion boost that we were getting here previously for helping them out in those former conflicts. So we're going to go and accept this, guys. We joined this conflict. And so we're going to raise up our army. I suppose we'll raise them up here. Yeah, we'll go and help them out. I know that we unfortunately aren't going to be able to have a little bit of period of peace to get some money to you know, build back in our lands and all that good stuff. But you know, we do make a lot of money from conflict overall. So let's go ahead and split our army up. Somebody told me of a way that you can avoid doing this using rally points. I tried the method that he suggested and it didn't work. I don't know if you guys saw that in the comments. A person suggesting one way we could use rally points, and it didn't work. So I don't know if I did it wrong. I don't know. I did it step by step the way he said, and that is not. It didn't work. Which was a shame because I got kind of excited for it. The idea of like not having to do this every war, yeah, that would just be great, man. Because I really don't like doing this overall. I don't think anybody does. All right, so with this army, we should move them down here to help out against any armies. So let's go to move him. Let's see where we want to move exactly. Move down here. What would also help would be to stop Castile from being able to take these provinces here. So I suppose we'll go after these provinces first. I think that's the best way to do it. Let's go move this guy here, and then we're going to take a look and see what size these are. There's a level 2, there's a level 3, and there's a level 3. Okay, got it. So let's go ahead and appoint a commander here. And we will do Earl Sebastian, I suppose. Yeah, we'll do Earl Sebastian. Let's go ahead and split these guys in half, and then looks like they've already appointed the guy I want there. All right, excellent. So I think this was the level 2, right? Yeah. What was the point of checking it if I had to do it again? So let's go ahead and send that guy here, and this guy will go over to here. New knight has arrived. Let's take a look at him. Looks like he's decent. All right, and also one of those knights that might be good for a vassal later on if we need to give some titles out. Looks like we can also change up the Duchess's contract since we have that hook on her. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get more levies, I suppose. Use that hook so it's not tyranny. And we also have prisoners that we need to look at. And oh yes, looks like we might have a rebellion up here I suppose it's not really surprising. Just see. Yeah, it looks like the peasant rabble here. Yeah, so we'll have a small rebellion there we might have to deal with. Who's in... of course this guy would be. I almost want to make him. I know he doesn't like us that much, and he's already causing us issues. But yeah, I'm considering... we also have our nephew here. Okay. Yeah, I'm considering giving out a title up here. Getting rid of our duchy title here, since we don't really need it anymore. And we wouldn't have to deal with some of these, like this vassal here that hates us. He would go with that one. I think we're going to give it to our nephew here, the giant. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. They don't have any kids yet. He's 27 years old. His wife is 46. Damn it. So they're probably not going to have any giants here then, in that case. Alright, so that's kind of a shame. Interesting that this character, all of his siblings are of our dynasty, but he is not. Okay, I see. So they're like probably half siblings? Yeah, I assume they're half siblings. Yeah. Okay. And this is all from Matilda of Leon. I don't know why he came here, but we're fine with that. We're okay with it. Again, we gave him this title here, and I think we're going to give him a duchy title because he loves us. And we are getting a penalty from that as well. That would result in us not having him anymore, though. And he's pretty darn good, you know, as a marshal. So we won't want to do this until after the war at the very least, since we currently have him leading our armies. And that, of course, is giving that duchy title away, is what I mean. So we won't be able to do that just yet. Is there anything else we can do? Yes, the prisoners. Let's go and take care of that, since these are starting to stack up. So we have the Count here of Anjou, so we should be able to get some good money from him. And I'm not worried about him being released. He shouldn't be a problem. And we might have more of his people, so we're not going to be able to arrange anything here. I guess we'll just get the weak hook there, and we just take a look, see if there's anything else. Nope, just the weak hook. We have her. We'll do a weak hook for her. And then, yeah, again, these ones are all that same count, so we'll have to wait until he accepts. And then we'll be able to see if we can get anything for those other offers. I'm really hoping that we can stop Castile from even getting this. That'd be the best course of action here. And then we don't even have to fight them, since France is incredibly weak right now. Alright, so we could have him do a siege, like right here. I guess that's what we'll do, rather than just be sitting around. I do want him to engage armies down here. And it looks like Leon might have hired some mercenaries. That's a much larger army than he has. And did we finish these up? Let's take a look if we can now offer a ransom. We only get 7 of the 25 gold there. What about her? Why is he not willing to accept this? Yeah, it looks like he's not willing to accept for his own. This is his daughter, right? No, this is not his daughter. No, this is his daughter. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why he won't do it. I suppose because she's not his heir, or just because he's broke. So we'll just keep those in the dungeon for right now, those ladies. Alright, so we're doing these 3 sieges here. This one should be done fairly quickly. And like something happened in Norway and Denmark had a conflict together. See if that changed anything. It looks like Denmark gained more land. Yeah, Denmark gained more land here, which, remember, Denmark is part of the Holy Roman Empire. So the rebellion has already happened. So that's kind of a shame because our army is busy, quite busy. All right, so we're gonna have to do that, and then we'll have to rally the troops up. We'll have to go deal with that. We'll have to send like one army to go deal with it. I think we're gonna go ahead and send this army. I know we gotta pay for it, but that's okay. We gotta get over there, guys. So I'm just willing to pay for the money. And hopefully he doesn't attack here. Now remember, the King of France doesn't really have any troops. We got to deal with this now. We can't let them, you know, take a bunch of stuff and cause us a bunch of problems. In addition, this war is going to get harder once France loses Castile, because then we'll be fighting Castile. So yeah, we've got to get that done. So we're going to send him out there now. Looks like we captured the Duke here. All right, well, that's quite a prestigious prisoner. Should be able to get some good money from that. So let's go ahead and see if he's got the money to pay us. He might not. Also, we could force, if we had another daughter, we could get a hook from him and force him to do... well, I guess we could already have done a marriage here. I don't know if this guy's even in his court. He is. So we could force him to do a matrilineal marriage here. I think that's like one of the few duchies our dynasty won't have under its control. Though, of course, if we win this war here, which I assume we will, then the entire kingdom of France will technically be under our control. Looks like some of our vassals are going to die and we're going to lose their land, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. We'll look at that later. And Joan needs a... Okay, let me see if all of our... Yeah, she has a guardian. We know Elizabeth does. Yeah, Joan does not. She got the pensive. So which one do we want her to do? I think we already have a stewardship, so let's have her do the learning. We'll keep her on that. And we need to get her somebody to educate her. So we'll take a look and see who's good at learning. I don't know if we have anybody. We have the court position. I suppose she can do it. Yeah, we'll have the court position do it. Alright, so hopefully she ends up being decent. Okay. Yeah, so our army is taken off. This is definitely risky, because remember, these are just levies here. Oh, we finished most of these sieges as well. I think I missed that, but that's okay. So this is the better army, so we want them going after the larger castle. Very risky, though. They could attack us here, and if they did, they'd probably win. If they had any size army, just simply that had men-at-arms. Because these are just levy armies. This guy is possessed, so probably not somebody we're going to give a title off to. But man, he's pretty good with the prowess. I was going to recruit him to court because we need more knights. It's unfortunate he will not be in this battle. We'd have to dismiss our armies and raise them up again. All right, so this fleet is almost there, and the Welsh Catholic populace has disbanded. And he has taken this, so we're going to have to siege it back, unfortunately. And also, what happened here? Did he die? Did I miss that? Wasn't paying attention? Because, yeah, it looks like... Okay, yep, he did die. So now his son is taken over, who's also a giant. Alright, interesting. So he has decent prowess, so he'll likely serve as a knight. But not as good as his father, and that does mean that our army here doesn't have a leader now. So we need to get, wow, there's only really Earl Sebastian, and he's already with another army, so we'll have to change him out. Let's see here, who's he leading? Looks like it's this one here. So we'll just have to have this Adam character lead him, so that we can bring Sebastian over to here. All right, excellent. So I don't know that we can get him engaged. Yeah, probably not going to be able to get him engaged. We have to siege that back down, or we can just try and battle him. I think that's the best way to do this, is to battle him, because we might be able to capture him, the peasant leader. Let's go to the next area. I guess we'll go here next. Let me see what the sizes are. Yeah, we'll go right here. And then we'll move down here next. But we got to get control of that county first, so we don't take any attrition. Obviously, we are in a vulnerable position. We also need to go after the capital. That'll kind of make things a little bit quicker. But I'm trying to stop Castile from being able to take the land here. Trying to stop their attempt to win the war. They're actually losing right now. They've lost points. They were at 87%, now they're at 67%. So maybe we won't have to fight Castile. It's a real possibility. So we're trying to get rid of this. 2 days, we're done. I don't think we'll be able to catch him. We'll have to wait until he goes out to sea and then engage him wherever he lands. And he's going to have that penalty as well. Yeah, so we're going to attack him. This should be a nice, easy battle here. And hopefully we capture the leader. So this is I guess this is the third night. I thought we had already had 3. But yeah, I guess this is the third one. And he is very, very good. So let's go and recruit him to court. It's going to be a little bit of money. In fact, almost all of our money. That's okay. Alright, so easy battle here. And that is the victory. Alright, so it's going to force our demands here. The targeted faction has been disbanded. And now we're going to bring our army back here. So I think we're going to go ahead and go after the capital next. So let's go ahead and just land here. And that's going to cost money to him going across, but luckily we still have these sieges going. So one thing we need to do is go ahead and set up we still have her here, and I'm thinking that we might actually replace her. Now I don't know if we have anybody good to replace her with. It seems that one of these are not a powerful noble, that is the Duke Arnauld, who loves us, but he's not a great spy master. But frankly, he's probably the best spy master we have available here. We could move this Duke over there if need be, though. Yeah, that's a possibility, though. And then, yeah, then the Duchess could replace him as the steward. That is not a bad option. But as far as the Marshal, do we have anybody who has a decent Marshal rating? It seems like they're all pretty cruddy. And I would like to have a more powerful Marshal here. Could always just appoint anybody, like just appoint this vassal here. She's our friend. That'd be one choice. We could also do Sebastian here as well. That'd be an option. Well, they're actually tied. Okay. Yeah, they're actually tied here. So I think that might be what we do. We're going to let Sebastian take over here. And of course, she's going to be angry with us, but she is our friend, and she's so cruddy at the job. She's just not very good. And so then we're going to replace the spy master here for our other Duke. Here. I'm going to switch these two out. And then for the steward, we'll then place her into this position. And now we have all powerful vassals in here with the exception of Marshal, where again, there's just not any good options. We've had trouble with that. Our vassals just aren't very good when it comes to the Marshal ability. So the whole reason why I went in here, of course, is to get that control up there. What is the control sitting at? Wow, it's at 0. That's right, because they took control of it. I didn't forget about that. So yeah, when they seize control of it, which there was nothing we could do about it, our army is too far away to attack them right then. So now we have to get the control all the way back up, unfortunately. Is there anything else we need to be aware of over here? We do have a lot of prisoners to be ransomed. We're going to take a look at them. Let's see if there's any good options here. We should also make sure that I'm not getting, we're not getting anything. I always like double checking that. You don't end up ransoming somebody off that you didn't want to. So 10 gold there. And then there's the Duke, but he can't afford the amount of money that we need from him. We got 10 gold here. He's actually willing to ransom her off now. And then he won't have the gold for her just yet. It's about to wait. But yeah, this is keeping our army afloat right now. Because, yeah, army is quite expensive. Alright, so let's go to move these guys. Let's go ahead and go after... We don't want them going across this territory like this. Let's do this differently. We'll go after that county, I think. Oh, that's a level 5, so this is not the best guy to do this. Maybe do this differently. Can we go here? Yeah, we'll go to this one. Yeah, it's only a level 2, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Now, I did want to take these ones here again to stop them from taking territory. There's also this army here of Paris, but we want them to take that back. Looks like somebody left this conflict. Okay. Alright, just want to make sure Castile hadn't won. They're losing points right now. Okay. That's great news. So far, everything's going pretty damn well for us. So we need to go out to Paris next. And we also need to take this fort here, though now there's a lot of territory for them to go after. So I'm not too worried about them taking anything. They're losing points, so it's not really a concern, guys. Suppose we can go after this one here. Yeah, I guess we'll do that so that those will be connected so that we can easily get across here without having to go all the way around or else take attrition. So yeah, we'll go take these two counties real quick. And then after that, we'll go to the castle, to the capital if it's necessary. We could also have this army go after the capital, I suppose. We'll just go here, though. I think between these 3 sieges, that should be enough, and we would have won this conflict for him. Castile is back. I'm not sure what he's doing here. How is that a siege if he already has... Oh, Leon now has this one here. Oh, okay, I see. Leon has these 2. Alright, I missed that. And there's a claim here. This is on this new land here. And it looks like there's actually a conflict here. So the Duchess is unfortunately, and we just made her a member of our council, right? Didn't we? I think we did. Or maybe not. It doesn't look like she is on the council. I thought we had, but she's already facing a rebellion here. It does look like she's winning, though. There was a faction created against us. Okay, looks like it's just uprising one. Some peasants that are unhappy. And looks like he has succeeded to one of his claims. The Duchy of... Oh no, he got some counties. Okay, so he didn't get the duchy I think he was supposed to get here in Bourbon. Maybe somebody else got it? Yeah, it seems like somebody else got it, unfortunately. Alright, so he won't get that... he won't get that duchy, but he did get 2 counties, and he is still set to get the Duchy of Burgundy. So he still will be quite powerful. Alright, and then we also have another alliance here in France. We're in the negative now, so that's quite bad overall. We're just spending a ton of money on this. We have finished up both these sieges, though, and we should have a whole crap ton of prisoners we could deal with. So let's go ahead and go after the next. We're at 97%, so I think that one will be enough. But yeah, we'll do it anyway, just in case it takes them a while to make peace. So yeah, this is the way we're gonna do it. We're gonna go after this one here and this one here, and we might be able to get this one done in the 2 months. Probably not, though. I assume that this will tick up before then. Maybe not, though. We'll have to see. And of course, France could take one of the counties back as well. So let's go ahead and look at our prisoners, guys. We need to get some damn money. We are broke. We'll go ahead and take the 20 gold there. That means that... Was this... Yeah, this is 50 of the 100. We're not going to take that. I feel like we can get more money for that one. We can do the 10 gold here, though. We'll see who else is available. This guy's willing to pay the 50. This is just... Yeah, I guess we'll do that. No, I won't be able to accept that, so we need to just get a weak hook on the child. And how about here? 10 gold here, not willing to accept it. Alright, so that'll bring in a little bit of money, but just barely gets us out of the negative. Okay. Alright, awesome. Alright, there we go. Back in the positive. Fantastic. Burying the hatchet. Oh, he thinks that we're going to drop this. I haven't forgot about you. Not yet. I just can't murder you right now until 1139. He says, King Adam, we've had our differences in the past, but don't you agree that it's time to let bygones be bygones? My rival Ineko gestures from me to him, us, whatever is between us. From me to him, huh, okay. I don't know what that's supposed to say. Gestures from me to him. Maybe the us isn't supposed to be there. Whatever is between us, let us start anew. So we can say, yes, let us, and we'll stop being rivals. Or we can say this, you're groveling before me, God is good. Yeah, that's what we're going to say. We haven't forgot. We've not forgot what you've done. Okay, so this siege will be the first one done, it looks like. 40 days, and yeah, they're just having a lot of trouble with that one. The counties, all those claims there. Maybe not. Yeah, okay. So that'll be done. We might even be able to get this one done before the war ends. That'll get us a little bit more money and maybe some more prisoners. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, he ticked it down there for a second. He did win that one there, so I think the war should the war should be over any moment. It does look like we're gonna get that siege done, though. Excellent. So we got a little bit of money and a few more prisoners out of this, and then it looks like he went right back to war, perhaps. So now Leon is the king of France. So the king of France is not our dynasty, but his son and heir is of our dynasty. Wow. It's worked out quite well for us, guys. I feel like he should be able to win this conflict on his own now, and I'm kind of done helping him. Yeah, I'm not going to help him in this one. We're going to decline. We already got this huge opinion boost as well from being the main one who won that war for him, so we got a plus 100. So we're going to go ahead and decline this, guys. We'll get a little opinion hit, but that's not big of a deal. So let's go ahead and disband our armies now. And look at that, guys. Just beautiful. France is gone. That's like the ultimate goal of a king of England. Of course, the ultimate goal, I assume, would be for him to be the king of France. But if you can't be the King of France, the next best thing is to have your dynasty as the King of France. So we have an alliance offer here. And Jew. And who is he and why is he offering an alliance? And why would we want to accept that? Yeah, I don't think we want to accept that. Now this does mean if we want to increase our lands in France, then we would have to fight Leon, so that would be negative. Yeah, we're gonna decline that. Yeah, so that would be negative. That's one bummer, is that we have to fight with our own dynasty. Also looks like we are above the domain limit. I think that's what that was about, so that we'd finished up this here. Of course, it's not worth anything because we're above the domain limit, so I want to keep that. I'm going to try and keep the territory here in this duchy. So we have to give something out. Now, as far as which one would be the most profitable for us to give out, I mean, none of them are profitable, you know what I mean, though. I suppose we'll probably give out this one here. It's not worth as much. Obviously, that one's worth even less, but that's because of the very low control, which we are improving. I could also get rid of this one. We kind of built a lot in that one, though, so I don't really think that that's a good option. I think it's far more better to give out this one here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and give out this one. We could also give out that duchy title now that we're done with the wars as well, which we have a lot of duchy titles, so we are getting hit with an opinion penalty there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this sorted. Just kind of reduce this the number of people we have here. We want somebody who's not a ruler. And I think that's it. Somebody who's an adult. Yeah, that's good. And then we can base this on an opinion to us. But I would prefer to give it to somebody who's of our dynasty, if at all possible. Somebody that's of our dynasty, but also doesn't have any titles or isn't very likely to get titles. Geoffrey, of course, we know is, I think, set to inherit his titles. It's interesting that this guy got this duchy here. Okay, and remember, that was our brother's Richard's title. I'm surprised that he inherited that. But yeah, he inherited that duchy there. And he's set to inherit his father's duchy, so that would not work. Yeah, that's not going to work. We'll have to find somebody else. So yeah, neither one of them work. I don't even know if we have anybody else. This guy's of our dynasty, but not. So he's Duke William's son. Is he already set to inherit? He is. He's getting the Duchy of Normandy, so we don't want to grant him that one. We could have easily seen that. There might not be anybody available that's of our dynasty. We might just have to give it out to a different character. Yeah, looks like that's the case. One other thing we could say is that they have to be not lowborn. And the reason why I do that, I don't know if oops, my bad guys. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video here. The reason why I do it is because, if it's a role play here, and I prefer not giving it to lowborn anyway, but if we're doing a role play here, then you should really only give to like a lowborn person if they did something remarkable. Because remember, that raises them up to the nobility. That wasn't something that was done that often. It happened, but it was, you had to like have proved yourself in battle and been, obviously deserving of such an honor. So I don't just give it out to just somebody just because their stats are good, or just because of whatever other reason. We're not going to give it to the possessed character. We did get this knight here, which he would be a decent fit. This is the one I was looking at that was saying that he would be good. However, we haven't had him for very long, so there are plenty of other options, people who have served us for a little bit longer. I prefer to reward these knights, and I think that's what we're going to do, guys. I'm looking for other members of our dynasty, but yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anybody else here. Could, of course, have specified that they'd be members of our dynasty, but yeah, there's nobody else. Just those nephews. Okay. So instead, yeah, we'll give it to one of our knights, guys. And I think what we're going to do is Henry here. He's a pretty darn good fit overall. So I think we might give it to him. Looking for other possibilities. You got Alphonse. And he's he's gregarious, but he's ambitious as well. And he's French, too. You know what? Let's just go in and give it to Henry, this knight that we have. Alright, so now he has a county. And we've got rid of one of our holdings. Is there anything else? Yes. Prisoners. I still got to deal with these prisoners here. Still trying to get some money from the Duke. He's not willing to offer us enough. It looks like we can't get anybody or get anything from this guy. Oh, he's not even willing to take a weak hook, or to give us a weak hook. He's got a fantastic martial ability. Oh, this is that peasant leader. Psh, well, screw him then. He could sit. You know what? In fact, he's a peasant leader, so you could just execute him, and it would be reasonable for you to do so. Would cost us piety, though. So we're not going to do that. Let's see what we get for the boy here. We get 10 gold. How about here? It looks like we're already dealing with that. I think we have to wait a second. We'll see if there's anything else we can get. Get a weak hook here. And then see if he's willing to offer to this character. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can get anything for this character. So we'll just have these two in here until the Duke's willing to give us, or is able to give us, the full 100 gold. We'll just hold on to him because we need the money, man. All right. So overall, things are going pretty well. I'm not entirely sure that this is beneficial now that I think about it. It might have been easier for us to not have helped them, because now we do have our dynasty set to inherit the Kingdom of France, which is really our goal, I suppose, but it's going to be very difficult for us to expand here, which is most bothersome when it comes to this area here. If we could have just got this before that happened, I'd be okay with it, and then we could just focus on wars with Scotland. Speaking of wars, I guess we better get another one started here, huh? If we want to possibly form this empire. The lure of language. Ruling the multicultural Kingdom of England comes with its own set of challenges. Foreign subjects often feel alienated when they cannot speak their native tongue in court, breeding resentment. My friend Duke Arnold suggests that I could significantly improve relations with my Norman subjects by learning to speak their language alongside my own. Alright, so we can say, time to hit the books. This does result in some stress. It's a 47% chance that we'd succeed in improving opinion with all of our Norman subjects, and we'd also gain 100 diplomacy lifestyle. We say hire a tutor to instruct me, and we pay the money, and we'd have better odds of doing so, a 72% chance. Or say, why bother? English is clearly superior. Not really an arrogant person, very gregarious. I definitely feel like we'd likely do one of these two here. And you know what? I almost feel like we would do the time to hit the books, even though we have a low chance of success here, just because we're very patient, and I feel like we'd be willing to try this out on our own. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll probably fail it. We'll see. Nothing popped up here, though, on whether we succeeded or not. Maybe it takes longer. I mean, you got to read books, so I guess it would take a little bit longer to succeed in that. It seems like we probably failed. Despite my many weeks of study, I cannot get a solid grasp on the Norman language. I have learned some words, but the grammar, the phrasing, they continue to elude me. I can't imagine that this is productive. So I can say I must keep trying, and I feel like that's exactly what we would do. Again, because we are very patient. We are gaining stress from all this. I wonder if there's any decisions we can take here. We could call a hunt. Let's do that. Let's call a hunt. Although we actually don't have that much stress yet. Maybe we should wait till this event chain finishes, so that we could reduce the most amount of stress. Go on a hunt after working so hard on trying to learn this language. Fruitless efforts. Looks like we failed. So we're just going to gain some stress. As loath as I am to admit it, I just don't think I will be able to ever master the Norman language. I've tried and tried, but failed to make any progress. I must accept that. Probably from our low learning. Learning is not great. So now let's go ahead and take the decision to call a hunt. We enjoy hunts. And that'll reduce our stress. We still got a little bit of stress. Overall, not too bad, though. The boar. So our vassal, and this is the lord here who we don't like. He doesn't like us. And I do keep forgetting to give out that title. We'll do that as soon as this event is done, guys. So he's the first to see it. The powerful boar is hard to distinguish from its surroundings, but it is observing us through the undergrowth. I lock eyes with the animal, and it's almost as if it can sense my intention, for it suddenly takes off. So you say we ride, and we wouldn't do this, I guess, because this is against being patient. So we have to say slow and steady now. That cliff looks steep. So we'll do that, and we'll lose a little bit of prestige from that. But let's go and give out this duchy title here. We have 4 duchy titles, so we're getting an opinion hit. It's just unnecessary for us to have this many, I feel, as well. We need to keep this one, because we're going to continue extending our lands out that way. So that's probably going to be the war that we do next against one of those two. We might still have... We do not. We do not have a truce against Scotland, so we should probably do the Scottish one first. So that we can, get another truce going and start working on trying to burn that off. But yeah, again, the title needs to be granted out here. And I think that's the only one we're going to give out right now. Yeah. Where's the other one? Maybe we only have 3. Okay, I was thinking that we had 4. We don't. Okay, so let's go and give out this one here. And I think out of the 2 possible giants to grant it to, this guy's at least, like, related to us in a way. He's, okay, so yeah, he's our nephew because he's the son of our sister, but it looks like he was a bastard. Okay. So this is somebody she had. This is one of the kids she had. Is it the first one? Yeah, this was her second kid. So she probably had both of these two. Yeah, these are her 2 kids that she had with her lover. And then these are the ones that she actually had with the King of Leon, or the King of Leon in France. We should give him the respect he deserves now, right? So, yeah, I think we'll give it to him, because he's at least related to us, even if he isn't currently a member of our dynasty. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give him the title. I don't see anybody else that's in this title here that's... Yeah, I don't see anybody else who'd want to grant it to. Who's here? Okay, so he has lands up there. Oh no, that's the only lands he has. Alright, well we're not going to grant it to him. Let's grant it to this guy right here. Alright, so we're going to grant him the duchy title right here. Beautiful. So he'll really like us now. And also that I will approve our opinion with just about everybody. Yeah, you can see the Liberty faction has now disbanded, considering the fact that we no longer are getting that -15 opinion any longer. Let's see if he's willing to give us the money. He's at 68 gold. He's not quite there for the full 100. We are set to inherit some titles here. Alright, so nothing else that I think we need to be aware of. I do have 2 powerful vassals, of course, William and the Duchess here, that aren't happy about not having titles, or excuse me, not having a position in our court. Or obviously we can create a ton of titles as well. Okay, and yeah, we can negotiate an alliance with Sicilia, and I think we will now that we've got all those marriages done. Now, there will still be one more marriage to do, obviously. We have to arrange a marriage for our son and heir. Not entirely sure who we're going to marry just yet. I'll have to look at that. The boar. My world narrows to the nature surrounding us as we follow the boar on its escape through the ravine. Riding side by side with Lord... I didn't pronounce his name before because I'm not sure how this is pronounced. Cadwigan? They just got a W in the middle of this name here because it's Welsh, so they really like their W's and their Y's from what I've seen. They just put them all over the place, and so it just messes me all up. I can hear the thunder of hoofs, dogs barking, men shouting. Excitement flows through me as we slowly gain on our quarry. And get a little bit of prestige, basically replacing the prestige that we had previously lost. The memories remain. Oh, Aaron. Oh, did he die? Oh, no. Yep, he died from complications related to obesity. I didn't know he was obese. He didn't have the obese trait here. So our good friend, the Duke Aaron, has unfortunately died. That does mean that his son has now taken over. He just has the 1 county. It looks like his brothers also received counties. So he's much weaker than his father was, and more than likely will not be a powerful vassal in that case. We'll have to fill in our court here in a minute. If you're still with me, I know you would tell me to be strong, that things will get better, and you would be right, as you always were. But first I must curse and cry. How could I not when you're gone from this world? So we have gained a little bit of stress there because of that. And that was our Chancellor. Now we actually have a lot of good Chancellor positions here. That does result in Duke Arnold now being a powerful vassal again. So I assume we'll just move him to Spymaster. Because, again, we do actually... And we could put William here if we wanted to. We could put him here for his diplomacy. But we have good choices here. And I'd like to get the intrigue up a little bit more. So let's go ahead and sign him here. We are supporting schemes even though we're not running a scheme. We're going to take a look at that here in a minute, actually. There's a couple things we could do there. So let's first go ahead and get these guys switched around. So who's going to take over? Probably the Duke here. He has, yeah, he definitely has the highest. So we just have to switch these two out then. In that case, and just swap them. All right, excellent. So got a little bit better with the Spy Master by doing that. Let's see if there's anything else we want to do here. We should still be doing development here in London. We've been doing it for a little while now, and we're up to 17. We started at 15. I'm trying to get it to 20, so we're going to keep it going for a while longer. Our Marshal is, of course, doing control up here. Looks like he's about a quarter of the way done there. And then with this guy, our Spy Master, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and attempt to see if we can't get this marriage, to end up being, again, it is a matrilineal marriage. So let's see if we can't get this character perhaps removed. Oh, you know what? That's not too bad, actually. That's without him doing the, well, no, he is doing the support schemes. So if we were to change this up here, yeah, you can see that's much lower. So we could try and get some secrets. I don't think it's going to be necessary, though. It's already pretty high, and that's without any agents. So we'll see if we can improve this some. And looks like we have a couple choices here. Overall, not great options, frankly. We'll see how much they want. I assume they're going to want way more than it's worth. 90, that's not too bad. The main thing we want is success chance. I suppose that's really not that bad. He's lower down on here, and it makes you think that it's bad, but it's actually pretty good. So we'll see how much that increases it by. The boar. As the boar disappears into the farmlands, I know that the quarry is lost. We dismount to let the horses rest, and the Lord nods his head in sympathy. So we failed, unfortunately. That's a shame. And yeah, some agents... Oh, that's the one we paid. I was going to say, some people might just join it. And we actually got the Novice Hunter. Excellent. So it's going to increase our prowess and also stress loss. So, returning from the wild. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the farmlands behind as the light fades from the sky. I've held my share of hunts, and people around me have started to take notice. Word is spreading of my activities. So we got 150 prestige from that. Excellent. Still a long ways off from getting the living legend fame level. And we are now at 95 and 95%. So looking pretty good there. Alright, so what do we want to get next? As far as like which ones would be the most beneficial, I suppose we'll do this one and then this one. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alright, so none of those are going to be super helpful with anything we're currently doing. So our wife is calling us into a conflict here. And... Alright, so she's trying to increase her lands, it seems. Yeah. So it looks like she's going to try and get control of those. Okay, so there's really no reason not to... well, she doesn't really need our help. I mean, she shouldn't need our help. I mean, she has double the troop numbers. Yeah, I don't really feel like we need to get involved in this. We really need a period where we can just kind of build up our funds, our treasury, so we can do a few things. Like, we just got this new castle here, and it's pretty garbage. So we need to build it up some. I suppose we might have enough money to build it up now. I can't really get a ton of stuff here. But yeah, we can get a few things. We got the manor house. I really feel like our levies are pretty darn good right now. I think we're going to get something that gets us money in this castle. And just focus on the manor house. Yeah, let's go and get that going. Alright, excellent. Oh no! What happened? Oh, okay. I thought he died, man. I saw the what, why, how, and I was like, oh my god, did our son die again? Poor Adam. He didn't die, though. What, why, how? There's never a quiet moment. My son and heir Adam is so full of questions. I do my best to encourage his curiosity, but sometimes I cannot help but get exhausted by the constant stream of thoughts and queries. So he's curious. Increasing his diplomacy and learning. Got a couple years, and then we'll pick an education for him. Alright, he also gained diplomacy. Okay. So that was what he gained from that groom to rule. perk that we have. Okay, so people might like him a lot, like people like his father. Joan's educator died, so we're gonna have to find a new educator for her, unfortunately, and that's kind of one of the negatives for getting an older character, arranging an older character to educate your child. So we could look to see if there's anybody here in our court that has good learning left. I don't think so. There's the Archbishop. He's got decent learning. But what is she doing? Diplomat? She's doing learning. Okay, I guess we can do the Archbishop. Improves his opinion with us. So yeah, I think that that's probably good. And it will result in more money and stuff. And what happened over here? Looks like Norway has lost even more lands, it seems. Yeah, he lost more lands. Norway's having some trouble, apparently. Oh yes, I forgot we were going to do this war. My bad, guys. Oh, my bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and declare war on Scotland. And we're going to use the one that gives us the least amount of prestige required here. So it's 90 prestige. And so let's go ahead and we should probably move our rally points first, since we are way down here. And this is probably all we're going to be able to do here, guys. Where do we want to put this? We'll put it right here, I suppose. Going to raise up our army. And then we'll get finished gathering here, and then I'll go ahead and set up that army. And then next episode, we'll do this war here in Scotland. We are getting older. We're 50 years old, and we still need 5 more counties, guys. 5 more counties required. And without being able to do this one here, if we can't attack our ally, so that's going to be a problem. Because yeah, we can't get these lands here, so we're just going to have to entirely rely on conquest here in Scotland or Ireland in order to get those 5 counties required to become an empire. Just looking at the wars he's in, it does seem like he's involved in something. Also, yes, that's right. I completely forgot. He was fighting his brother. Or I guess it's not his brother anymore. That'd be like his nephew. Yeah, he's now fighting his nephew. Did his brother die in battle? He did. He got killed during a siege. Okay. Is he winning right now? Looks like he is winning. All right, excellent news. And so that would result in him, now he would become the powerful lord here. But again, this is going to result in all this land going to our dynasties. Overall, it's a good thing. But of course, the only problem I see is that we can't declare war on him since he's our ally. So we can't to get this land here. But, times change. Things happen. Maybe a bit later, we'll be able to extend our lands in France, guys. So that is going to be the end of today's episode. Next episode, we'll do this war with Scotland. Hopefully should be fairly quick. I don't even know how many troops he has, but can't possibly have that many. He's got 1,500, no allies. So again, this should be a fairly quick war. We'll just get it done with and get ourselves 1 more county. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode. And thanks for watching.